We got the return of someone very, very special, and he might be putting out his job application here because he's responding to Doge, the recent thing with Elon Musk and Trump and cutting government spending and stuff. Um, that whole sector. If you're thinking to yourself, what's one person who would be a great fit for that? Who would be just fit for the job, know what he's doing, pedal to the metal, just going in and cutting this debt. Who would be the best suited for that? And if you thought one of the biggest Ponzi scam schemers that we've ever seen, you'd be right. Sam Bankman-Fried has made his return. He's got a Twitter thread here of how many tweets? 10 tweets out of nowhere, talking about the Doge stuff and cutting employees and things. And I mean, why is he doing that? Nobody knows. It's the most random thing in the world, but for some reason, he's tweeting out like a LinkedIn post. It's his first post to social media since he's been in jail. He starts here saying like, I have a lot of sympathy for government employees. I too have not checked my email for the past few hundred days, and I can confirm that being unemployed is a lot less relaxing than it looks. So, opening up with a nice little joke, right? Oh, he hasn't checked his email in 100 days. Why is that? You know, why? And then also sitting here saying, "Oh, being unemployed so much less relaxing." You know what's more relaxing? Running one of the biggest Ponzi schemes in history. That's just printing billions of dollars. You get to do whatever you want with that money because you're running it fraudulently. That is pretty relaxing when you have access to billions of dollars and no care in the world. I mean, seems pretty relaxing, right? But his thread, for some reason, is just. We'll read some of these, but like here, firing people is one of the hardest things to do in the world. It sucks for everyone involved. And his experience is usually not the employee's fault that they got fired. It's usually correct to let them go anyways. So like, why why is he tweeting this? How is he tweeting this from jail? Is another big question because it says it right here. How did SBF post this from prison? Either he got some sort of phone or something to post this on Twitter, or somebody else posted it on his account. Maybe his parents or someone who has access to it posted this. Why did they do it? No idea. Like this, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have anything to do with him or crypto or FTX or being in jail. It has to do with running a business, which he didn't even do because he ran a Ponzi scheme. But still, he goes on talking like more often the problem is the company doesn't have the right job for them. I'd tell this to everyone we let go, that it was as much our fault for not having the right role for them or the right person to manage them or the right work environment for them. Guys, when we ran the Ponzi FTX, don't worry if you had to be let go. It's our fault, not your fault. It's us, not you, right? He's giving advice to Elon Musk and Trump and all these guys in Doge. You know, this is what you want to do, guys. Take after me, SBF, the guy who ran the biggest Ponzi scheme in history. Clearly, he knows what he's doing. But honestly, talking about that, the guy who ran one of the biggest fraudulent businesses in existence, maybe he is actually the right fit. Maybe he would know what to look for fraud, for Doge to cut and stuff. So actually, I've been saying this as a joke, but maybe he actually is the right person for the job. He knows what to do. He knows what he did to try and get away with it. So maybe he knows what to look for. We've come full circle here. He might actually be a help. You know what? I'm on board. Put SBF in Doge now. Let him clear this whole thing out. He goes on talking about stuff like this happens now and then. We saw it at competitors that hired 30,000 too many employees and then had no idea what to do with them. So entire teams just sat around doing nothing all day. And we saw it internally when a manager would get busy or distracted and half of the department would lose its bearing at the same time. And finishing this saying, it isn't the employee's fault. When that happens, it isn't their fault for the employer. It doesn't really know what to do with them or doesn't really have anyone effectively managing them. It isn't their fault if internal policies lead their department to lose its way, but there's no point in keeping them around doing nothing. Finishes off, puts the bow on top. He like has this whole thing. This whole thread's like, oh, I have sympathy. I ran a business, even though you ran a Ponzi scheme fraud thing. But he did this, and it's not the employee's fault. It's usually the business's fault, and they can't do this or can't do that or whatever. And then just wraps up things by saying, "But anyways, there's no reason to keep them around. Get rid of them. Get rid of them if they're doing nothing," which is true, right? Like, especially when the spending's out of hand like this. Like when you have people doing nothing, why are they there? But I just think it's funny. We have Sam Bankman-Fried coming out of retirement from behind bars, seeing what's going on and just seeing, I have such great insight on this and that he could just change Doge forever and actually get this going through. But he just needs to put this threat out there so they know he's serious. So they know that he knows what he's doing. And honestly, he conducted the biggest fraud in history. So maybe he knows what to look for. Maybe we give him a shot to kind of go clear up this stuff and go see where the fraud is. There was also a crypto scam that went along with this. If I can find the tweet and stuff, I'll try and put it up on screen. But basically, it was someone hacked a government official account for some small town or small city, I think in Italy somewhere. So it had the gray check mark as it was a government account. But they went on there, changed the at to like Doge SPF or something like that, and tweeted out saying, "Oh, he's so happy for Trump's pardoning him and doing this." And there was a token associated with it, and the token, of course, pumped and dumped. The scam was insane, and the guy, the government actually got the account back because it was hacked, and the guy had the at that was on there originally tweeted out saying, "Get scammed, losers," or "losers scam," or something like that. So it only makes sense and is only fitting that SBF, when his return to the world is first here after I don't even know how many days, that it is coincided with someone taking it as an advantage to run a scam. That is the most poetic way that I could see this go down. And I don't know. I don't know what SBF is thinking, like putting out a LinkedIn thread on running a business and firing people. But it's really just kind of funny to see him just randomly appear out of nowhere after hundreds of days of silence because he's in jail and just randomly tweet this thread. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. As always, make sure to and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.